Hello everyone and welcome back to the garden for another update video. Just like the last one, this one's going to be a little bit more, progress based rather than look at all the pretty flowers, which is the kind that I personally like, but it is what it is. Before we get started, I wanted to show you this project that I've been working on for a few weeks. I made a bird bath. This is so exciting. There's not a tutorial for this or anything. This was my first time ever attempting this, so I really didn't feel qualified to tell you how I made it or anything like that. But basically what I did is I used a milling tube and a bucket to make kind of like a pedestal for it. And then I used a large storage container and a box, and I made the bowl basin for it, and I ended up using more concrete to do some glass tile mosaic work in there, and I actually think it turned out pretty neat. Admittedly, this is my first time ever, and there are some rough spots. It could have been better, I think, but it also could have been a lot worse. I mean, am I right? This turned out so cool. Let me know if you'd be interested in how I made this. I could make another video when I have the time. Just wondering. I think it turned out pretty neat. Birds have been using it. They seem like they really like it, so I'm pretty happy with it. Now, getting on to what's going on in the garden, I wanted to show you the zinnias first. The zinnias are looking crazy good. They look so great. I'm so happy. One of the main reasons I love zinnias so much is they just grow so fast and they're so carefree, and they really don't require me to do anything for them. They just grow on their own and I can ignore them. They keep the weeds out because they grow so fast. I just love them. Going to be having our very first blooms starting to appear very soon. Hopefully they will be beautiful. Also in the same row, I have my buckets of potatoes. I know, not related to cut flowers. I had originally thought to make a separate channel for my vegetable garden, but I don't think I am, just because, it's so hard for YouTube to find things and everything. I'm probably just going to start doing that on the same channel. Also in my containers, I have my Gerbera daisies. They're looking very well. The plants are nice and big. But these things dry out so fast in the heat. They hate the heat so much. Hopefully I'm going to keep them alive and keep them looking well until they can bloom. So who knows there. The Dianthus is still blooming. It still looks pretty good. It's coming to an end, I think, very, very soon. I love how long-lived this Dianthus is in the garden. Also, I wanted to show you the carnations. The carnations are actually looking really, really nice this year. Having a good crop of carnations this year that I'm really, really excited about. None of them are blooming yet, but you can see this foliage is nice and tall and nice and strong. These stems are nice and strong, which I hope will hold up the flowers well. We have lots and lots of flower buds on each of the stems. Hopefully they will remain upright and not start to fall over too much as they begin to bloom. I also wanted to quickly show you the Dianthus. Again, none of the Dianthus have started to bloom yet, but we're getting very, very close. That's for certain, getting very close to the Dianthus, because these leaves are getting bigger and bigger. They're getting taller and taller. There are some weeds in there, of course. I've done my best to keep the weeds out, but some of these grasses are just impossible to pull without pulling the whole plants up, like this crabgrass that is just a nightmare to try to control. But it is what it is. You do what you do. Most of my containers are looking good. Most of my rose containers, I do have to transplant those here soon to somewhere. Hopefully I'll be able to find a place to transplant them. I did want to show you the Calla lily bulb crate one last time before it's done blooming. The Calla lily bulb crate looks absolutely insane. It is so gorgeous. Never in 100 million years would I have ever imagined that the Calla lilies would have grown so well in this crate. I'm going to have a video about this type of Calla lily here soon, in case you're interested in seeing that in more detail. Also in the same row, I have finally gotten these little dahlia seedlings planted. These were in the place of the ranunculus. These are the seedlings from last year, so I collected these seeds last year. These are the 2021 seedlings. They're already pretty big. Some of them have already started to make little tiny tubers underneath their root system, which is amazing to me because these are just little seedlings. I know some people worry about growing from seed because they might not make tubers, but in my experience, they almost always make a savable tuber from the first season growing in just one growing season. So that's exciting as well. Also wanted to show you the petunia patch. The petunias are looking absolutely amazing. These are the Italian double petunias. Some of them have already started to bloom, just a few blooms. I am going to be probably putting a trellis netting on these just because these do get so tall they start to flop over and they can look a little bit rough. So I'm probably going to put a low layer of horizontal trellis netting on them just to make sure that they are looking good. I finally got all of my dahlia tubers, my tubers that I saved from the previous years, into the ground. I actually lost quite a few of these tubers last year, so my my collection has dropped off quite a bit, unfortunately. However, I still have quite a few of them, and I have crammed them into this single row. They are crammed in here so tight. I'm not sure how I'm going to support them. I might just tie a rope around them, and I really do mean like an actual rope, because these are going to be very heavy, and I'm just so limited for space right now. I just am kind of just winging it, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to do my best. Last but certainly not least, in this video, I did want to show the Gladiolus bed. The bulbs are finally in the Gladiolus bed. I didn't make a video about this. I was going to, but everything's just been, I've been so behind with my hand. It seems like I'm always hurting my hand. I hurt my hand last year, hurt my hand this year. But anyway, I got those Gladiolus corms in there, and they're in each of those little holes, and I am patiently waiting for them to begin sprouting. Fortunately, the Gladiolus should have no trouble, growing and blooming by the end of the season, because they are kind of a quick turnaround flower bulb here in my yard. That's really about it for this video. I hope that it was somehow helpful. I'm honestly not quite sure if it was. It seems like at this point I've really done everything that I can in this little backyard, and I'm just desperate for a new space, and it feels like I'm never gonna find one. I know it sounds pessimistic, but it's just the reality of it, Anyway, as always, feel free to leave any comments or suggestions or anything that you have down below, and I'll be sure to read those and hope to get back to you. Always try to at least read those and show that I've read those. Links to all my stuff, my blog and everything is down in the description. There's some free garden planners, all kinds of stuff down there. Just take a look around. I would be so appreciative. I am so thankful for you for watching this video. It really does mean a lot to me, and without you, I genuinely mean it, this would not be possible. So thank you so much. I hope that you are having an absolutely wonderful day, and that it is sunny wherever you are, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.